Hello and welcome to my presentation on e-commerce technologies. Today I'll be talking about hardware, software and networking. I'll start with hardware. Firstly, we have a web server. A web server is a computer with installed software that gives it the ability to deliver web pages. These web pages each have an IP address that other computers use to load a website. When a server fails, it causes the website controls to crash. This can sometimes happen due to very large demand. Next, we have a monitor. A monitor is a screen that you connect to a desktop computer so that you can actually see what you're doing. Here we have an example. This is a crucial piece of hardware for e-commerce because without it, everything else would be rendered absolutely useless because you wouldn't be able to see what you're doing. Next, we have a keyboard. A keyboard is what you'd use to type on a computer, and it's also capable of doing other actions. Here's an example of a keyboard. You can add shortcuts to your keyboard and make them what you wish. Just like a mouse, touchscreen versions are becoming more and more popular in the market due to their massive use on tablet devices. Next, we have mouses. This is what you use to control things on the monitor. The main function is to scroll and click, but it also gives you different options just by right-clicking. As you can see, here is a mouse. The classic mouse is now being made useless due to touchscreen versions being available, and also, as you can see here, laser mouse is also becoming available. Next, we have modems. This is a piece of hardware that connects your computer to the internet. It translates the signals that the computer would not be able to pick up on its own and translate them into a way that they can understand. Examples of signals it translates are satellite signals and phone lines. This can either work wirelessly or can be connected through a cable. The last piece of hardware is a network card. A network card allows a computer to join a computer network, a group of other computers, and is usually allocated in a motherboard. It uses a MAC address, and this can be used to attain an IP address. You can send information from that computer to a computer network. Next, we have software. First, a server. A server is usually a physical computer, but there is a software that allows your computer to turn it into a server. A server is something that holds a web page and sends this website to people who wish to look at it, so that people who type the URL in or click on the domain name. A web browser, this is a piece of information that allows you to gain access to the internet and browse the internet. This is how it's got its name, web browser. There are many different variations of web browsers that each have special characteristics. Examples of web browsers include Google Chrome, Safari and Internet Explorer. Personally, I use Google Chrome due to the fact that it's easy to use and also being the best fit for me. Web creation software. This is software that actually allows you to make a website yourself and make your own domain name. Examples of this software are Web Studio. Some places offer free websites, but you would usually have to have part of their name in your own domain name. The last piece of software is database creation software. This is where you create a database to keep large amounts of data that you would like to store online. This is very helpful because it means that it can be kept safe, and if your computer fails, it will always be online, so you can access it from any computer. Lastly, we have networking. Ports. There are many ports in all computers and they fit different things. A port is where you will connect an exterior piece of hardware to your laptop or computer. The most popular port on a computer is the USB port, which is used to connect things such as iPods and memory drives. The port can be used to charge objects as well as swap folders to and from the computer. Another port that can be included on computers and laptops is a HDMI port, which is most commonly used to connect a laptop to a television. Protocols. A protocol is an agreed way between two or more computers of how they send information and data to each other. The most common protocol that's used is TCP/IP, which I'll write about next. If there is no protocol between computers, then they would not be able to send information to each other due to them not knowing which computer to send information to. And lastly, TCP/IP. This is a piece of information that all computers have, and it is like a digital code or email address. This is used to send things such as photos and text to other computers. Thank you for listening to my presentation.